Congress pulls the plug on Microsoft Copilot for government devices, but why? Stick around to find out on today's MSP Dispatch. Microsoft Copilot has reportedly been blocked on all Congress-owned devices, on a story written by Mariella Moon for Engadget. Microsoft's Copilot is now banned from U.S. congressional staff members' devices by a memo from the House Chief Administrative Officer, Catherine Spindor. The move comes after the Office of Cybersecurity flagged Copilot as a risk for potentially leaking House data to unauthorized cloud services. While Congress personnel can still use Copilot on their personal devices, its use is now prohibited on all Congress-owned Windows devices. This decision mirrors a prior restriction placed on ChatGPT, another AI-powered chatbot, almost a year ago. The White House has also introduced regulations governing the use of generative AI tools by federal agencies with the aim of safeguarding Americans' rights and safety. Microsoft, acknowledging the need for heightened security in government settings, has developed a range of tools and services tailored for such environments, including a government version of Copilot slated for evaluation by Spindor's office. Tony, the thing that strikes me here is they made a ruling, or they made a policy for OpenAI specifically. They made a policy for Copilot specifically. This seems specifically extremely short-sighted. Why are they doing this based on the name of a product and not a technology, or at least not an archetype of technology? You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. In fact, I'm going to start off with don't ever steal my thunder so quickly in the show, because when you just kind of rip the rug out from underneath me, I'm like, well, now what do I go with? I found it fascinating that you were talking about Copilot, and not AI in general, or not OpenAI, which of course is the backstop ChatGPT for Copilot. I don't understand what is actually happening other than we have a problem that they've identified and they're stopping.
Congrats, you may be eligible for Congress.
That was really funny. That was good. You're on a zinger today. I don't know if there's a problem with AI that they found. I don't know if there's a problem with Copilot that they found. Think about the implications that their policy has against Microsoft right now, against ChatGPT, OpenAI in general, unless it's AI is the overarching concern. So, am I missing something? What are you seeing in this article?
No, you're exactly right, and that's the part that I just don't understand about the whole thing. Because anybody that reads this, that now I'm giving a lot of credit for the amount of brain cells in use at the time, but anybody with reasonable logic skills is going to look at this and say, okay, cool, can't use that. Let me go to Claude AI, or let me go to Bard, or let me go to Bing, or you get what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, you can't use
that's
Copilot.
A concern.
Absolutely.
Are they hurting Microsoft by using this policy against Copilot, which is Microsoft, which is backstopping against ChatGPT and saying, hey, everyone else is who you can go with, not this? And I feel like that's not the message. I think the message is we have a general concern with AI, and just so happens Copilot is the one that we're using right now. So that's the one you can't use.
But is it, hold on, but is it even that? Because it doesn't say don't use Microsoft technologies. And much like, when we're talking about AI, OpenAI is not the only AI out there. It's just the brand name, right? It's the Pampers or the Kleenex. Well, Copilot is not even Microsoft's only AI solution. They have AI services. They have multiple AI services in Azure. They have, yes, they're kind of using the Copilot brand name, but you can absolutely get Azure AI services, and it's not called Copilot. So again, this seems incredibly short-sighted. The reason I bring this up is because attorneys and lawmakers in general love to talk about the spirit of the law. Well, if you went with the spirit of the law, then you could argue that the spirit is not to use AI products where you don't have data residency rights locked down, or whatever their metric for wanting to lock this down is. Okay, cool. But that didn't actually tell us But you could have said that for the OpenAI one. You didn't need a whole new policy for this. So I think I think the lack of knowledge of what these things are is informing horribly written rules and policies. And like usual, we suffer because of it. So, Tony, final thoughts on this?
Aside from submitting my application for Congress, I think we're saying the right things. I think there's implications against Microsoft based on this policy they should be concerned about. I'm wondering if there's going to be backlash from the legal side of Microsoft, or more importantly, what is the next step? Is the government going to reveal that, hey, we have found some serious issues with AI that needs to be disclosed and then regulated, if not penalized, according to those discoveries? I'm interested to hear what comes next.
Me too, Tony. And with that, thanks for tuning in. If you found the story eye-opening, catch MSP Dispatch every Tuesday and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, and additional content throughout the rest of the week. If you want to talk more about it, share your thoughts below, and remember to hit that subscribe button. Thanks, and see you next time.
This has been a broadcast of the MSP Media Network.